Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pentiment. So in the last episode something tragic has once again happened, as someone, potentially the thread puller, entered our house last night and hit our father, Claus, the printing presser, into the back of his head. He didn't die, although it was close, but he's now in bed, and the doctor said that it's only a matter of time before he also dies due to the brain damage. We may have a couple of weeks, maybe a few months before it's his time to go. And so it's now up to his daughter Magdalene to start and finish the mural for the town council that depicts the history of Tassing. But before we can actually start working on it, we need to learn the history of Tassing. And in the last episode we got this book that, what was it called? Historiae Tassing or something like that. And the book that the late Lord Baron Rothvogel was going to give to the abbey many years ago before he was murdered. And then it was Martin who stole that book. And now we have that book after we talked to Martin about it. And now we have quite a few other people to talk to. Let's see. We can talk to Il Peter, Black Till, and Smokey. And we should also write a letter to Brother Matthew and ask him about the history of Tassing and also Kiersau as well. So, I believe that the closest one is Smokey, so we might as well go and talk to him next. I don't know where Black Till is. Black Till's grandfather read a lot about Tassing's history, maybe he's made it a family tradition. Okay, but I still don't know that who he is or where he even is. But hey, we'll figure it out eventually. So without further ado, let's go and talk to Smokey first, since he should be the closest one. Except that we can't go to the forest this way apparently, the road just ends. Okay. Well, let's take the long way then. Well, I suppose that I did say that we could also talk to Father Thomas as well. Our Lady of the Labyrinth, okay. You here, Father Thomas? Yes, you are. I wonder if the sister, what was her name, is still alive in there. Oh, God bless you, Magdalene. And you, Father Thomas. You look troubled. What's the matter? I seem to have lost the key to the tabernacle. What was that again? Holds the Holy Host in a locked and secure box between services of the Eucharist in God's holy place. Okay. Without it, we would have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. Is that very bad? Can't you borrow some from the poor Clares? Well, it's only bread, right? Surely Gret wouldn't mind baking an extra loaf. Philip Melanchthon, I don't recognize that name, writes that the bread and wine is symbolic of Christ's sacrifice. Can't you just get another loaf? So who is that? Philip Melanchthon, a Protestant reformer known for establishing the doctrine of justification by faith and rejecting the Catholic sacrament of penance as well as transubstantiation. Okay. And we also have a tinker option. I'm sure I could find a way to get to the tabernacle open. The lock shouldn't be that complex. Well, let's go with the Reformation option here. Magdalene Treckerin. Okay, he didn't like it. We are Catholics. You absolutely must stop reading that heretical Protestant nonsense. Okay, he didn't like that. Don't you understand? You are putting your very soul at risk reading such things. I'll need to have another talk with your father, it seems. Once he's well, of course. Oh dear, now I truly must find that key. This is a matter of moral sin, Magdalene. Oh my god. Without the Eucharist, the sanctification of everyone in Tassing is at risk, including yours. I'll keep an eye out for it, Father. Well, can't we just say the tinker option now? Thank you, Magdalene. Please let me know if you have any ideas as to where it might be. God bless you. Oh, she's still alive, okay. I wonder if Sister Amelie, and that was the name, has seen the tabernacle key anywhere. I should talk with her. Okay. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Emily. What brings you to the church at this time of day? Lighting another votive candle for your father. Votive candle. Small candles lit during prayer in churches, symbolizing a specific offering or request on the behalf of the prayer giver. I was hoping to speak with you, sister. Have you seen Father Thomas's tabernacle key anywhere? He's misplaced it. I'm afraid I have not. Everything in the church has been as it should be. Though I did hear the two Gertner children come in last evening. It must be the twins. I did not rise, but I heard the whispering for a moment. They left as suddenly as they came. Why didn't you say anything? I didn't think anything of it. Many people come into the church throughout the week. This is a sacred place, and the people of Tassing respect it as such. They respect my privacy in this place, and I respect theirs. I see. Why tell me this now? Because while I do not make a habit of meddling, I know those two do. And because you said that Father Thomas had lost his key, their intentions last night may have been pure. If not, however, it would be Christian to remind them that theft is against the Lord's commandments. You are right, I ought to mention this on the next time I see them, as a sister in Christ. Of course, I might have to have a chat with them. They're always getting into trouble. Maybe I'll just tell Father Thomas they took the key. Yeah, maybe we should tell him that. There's nothing to prove that the twins' visitation and the key's disappearance are more than a coincidence. And yet, I advise that you do what you feel is right in your heart. Thank you, sister. God bless you. God bless you, Magdalene. Okay, so we got a side quest to find a key. Well, we are most likely going to talk with the twins eventually. Anyway, can we talk to Thomas again? God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. I think I know where your missing key went. Now, sure, let's tell him. Oh, you have found it? Praise the Lord. Thank you, Magdalene. You do have it, don't you? Not quite, but I know who does. Sister Emily said she heard the twins in the church last night. Those fickle little ratbags. No matter how many times I warn of the suffering they could endure, if they do not cease this nonsense. They continue in their impious, impenurious ways. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. I swear, the devil's in those children, naming them after pagan gods, and no wonder. I shall have another talk with their parents, I think. Your piety shines all the more brightly in comparison to their iniquity. Don't punish them too harshly, Father. Thank you, Father. It's about time their actions caught up with them. Yeah, indeed. God bless you, Magdalene. Maybe this was a mistake. Maybe I should have just talked to the twins first. But, And here's the Golden Hand Inn. Is it still busy? Killian has grown up. Hannah is still here. And so is the... where's the husband? That's a big-ass squirrel, by the way. He's not here today. Well, let's... Okay, I guess we want to talk to Killian. Whatever. I just wanted to check inside out of curiosity. This old statue of Saint Moritz has seen better days. Indeed. Okay, so now we go to the forest, and we can finally go and talk to... Apollo. That must be one of the twins. And also named after a pagan god, too, so he must be one of the twins. Hey, Magdalene. Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis says she saw one the other day, and we are trying to collect a bunch. Artemis. Okay, I don't think we have seen her before. She must be one of those other children of Big York, and also their sister. What do you need the frogs for? You're weird. It's cute. Sure. Oh, thanks. If you see any frogs, let me know. I wanna beat Artemis's count. What do you need the frogs for? Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch. Well, I think he's justified to think that, considering that we just snitched them. I won't. Yeah, right. Sorry, Max, I'm not telling. You'll just have to wait and see. Or ask Artemis, maybe she'll tell you. Fine, I'll go talk to your sister. Good luck, I guess, but be careful, you have already had to go to confession this year. If you mess with my mural, you'll be sorry. Why would we say this all of a sudden? Well, just be careful. Oh, we know. So many side quests. Oh, there he is. Nico, there he is. What are you doing here? Oh, hello, Magdalene. Nico, what are you doing out here? Biding my time, contemplating life. In the forest at this cold time of year. I like the calm and the chill. Makes me feel lively. I'm not looking forward to returning to the inn either. Family problems? Why's that? You don't know? Everyone in town's been whispering about us for years. Lately, Hannah and I fight more days than not. So I walk in the woods to clear my head. What happened between you two? We lied to each other, fostered resentment, grew apart. Well, yeah, she was cheating on him. With the late, what was his name? Leonhard Mueller. It's a tale as old as matrimony. Maybe your marriage just needs a little invigorating. Not much vigor in me anymore, I'm afraid. We weren't in love once, I think. It's been so long I hardly remember. Oh, we were in love once. No, sorry, I misread that first. Well, I was in love. I would have suffered any slight for her, even that fucking Miller. At least Leonhard died in the revolt, but that didn't stop Hannah from disgracing our marriage. I swallowed my pride and let it go on because I thought it would make her happy. But I shouldn't talk to you about this. You have caught me in a weak moment, Magdalene. Maybe it's not appropriate, but I'm listening anyway. Infidelity is an affront to God's law, sure. Tell that to Hannah. We are all sinners in the eyes of God, some perhaps more than others. We can only pray for our salvation, especially people like me, too old and stubborn to change. Things can be different if you have the courage to change them. If this was marriage does to you, I'm not interested. If this was what marriage does to you, I'm not interested. Marriage is a gift to men and women from God. His creation is not at fault, Magdalene. We are. It's not too late for you and Hannah to find joy again. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Do something. Well, it's not too late for you and Hannah to find joy again. Ah, youth. What does it matter now? You know, I remember how my dad was after my mom died. Stop feeling so sorry for yourself, do something. If you're going to be like that, I'll leave. Well, you know, I remember how my dad was after my mom died. Always dwelling on the things he didn't say to her. What they didn't get to do because he was too busy with the press. He can't change that now, but you and Hannah still have a chance. No, our moment has already passed me by. You'll understand when you are older, Magdalene. when you have had time to make mistakes. You'll see. I'm sorry I burdened you with this. Please don't tell your father. Go home, Nico. Don't worry, I won't. Stare ominously. Okay, I won't. Sometimes we have to keep things from our family. But it's bad for the soul, isn't it? Lying. Go home, Nico. Very well. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. So they're still having problems in the family. Now we can finally go and talk to Smokey. Václav, I haven't seen him before. Damn, he's so smoky here. No wonder the nickname. Okay, well, who is this guy? Hello, is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening. I'm Magdalene Truckerin. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I'm not sure, mister. I'm Magdalene Truckerin. I live in town. Well, are you a friend of Smokey's? I would like to think so. I'm Václav. I'm a tinker. Oh, a fellow tinkerer. Travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Truckerin, are you a printer's daughter? I am. My father is a printer. I am the printer. My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? Yes, I read books as often as I can. Not as much as you might think. Yes, I read books. Václav, don't. You're going to get in trouble again. Trouble? From me? No, not you, Mistress Truckerin. This one can't help but talk to people about all of the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to old folks, gets ideas brewing in his head. Now that doesn't bother old Smokey none. Bother some other people a whole lot. Oh, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me any. Sounds like their problem, not his. Well, it doesn't bother me any, or sounds like their problem, not his. Exactly. Sounds like there's something. Sounds like there is nothing to worry about. Okay, fine. You get run out of here again. Don't blame me. Again? Do I want to know what happened? A long time ago, I got into an argument with some people in town. They told Father Thomas. What are you, a Protestant? To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. An inquisitor, damn. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. So, books? Strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and the wine, body and blood of Christ. We just talked about this with Father Thomas. Holy Communion? What about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Martin Luther has written about it. I know that. Erasmus disagreed. Well, yes, Luther and Erasmus aside, people have been thinking about this for a while. Both Wycliffe and Hus rejected transubstantiation for sound and logical reasons. Using our eyes, our senses, there is nothing perceptible that changes in the character of the bread and the wine. That doesn't mean it hasn't actually changed, though. Must our senses necessarily encompass all of God's miracles for them to be real? No, not at all. But for what reason would he place them outside of the compass of our understanding? As an act of faith, blessed are those who believe but have not seen. But if that is the case, of what importance is the material composition of the host? Even if the bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempted to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, The observance unites our will with that of Christ. He is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. Are you following this, Smokey? Isn't that heresy? So what does that matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? Even Martin Luther said the presence of Christ's physical body and blood was necessary to communion. Yes, but the others at the Marburg colloquy disagreed. I don't know what that is. Zwingli, Melanchthon, Bucer, all men far wiser and more educated on those matters than us. And if we consider that these men have rejected such thinking, then there are greater implications. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Sure, why not? Yes, I'm certain this is leading somewhere good. Sure, why not? I'll admit, I hoped for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but alright. Hey, be happy that we are listening. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Jesus Christ. We'll get to him. Yeah, I knew that he was gonna say something like that. God was the Word and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contains aspects, what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will, Lucifer. Let's just keep listening. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect, to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to God, though, through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. That's an interesting theory. So Genesis is wrong? Was Jesus flawed by being a man, even though he was born of a virgin? But you still believe we can be redeemed through Christ, right? Well, was Jesus flawed? He was not born of a virgin. I'm not hearing any of this. And it would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. Okay. But you said the physical bodies were all corrupt. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the light of God himself. He did truly die and was truly resurrected in body. But his reappearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening, since if we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know, living again and again the only torment. So there is no hell per se where we go after we die if we have been too sinful. Okay, so basically he's talking about reincarnation. I think that's a sad way to look at life. So how do we escape it? Well, that's an interesting idea, I must admit. I'm glad to think so. I've spent a lifetime thinking about it. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. It was illuminating, of course. I was just being polite. Well, it was illuminating. Until later. Until then. That was actually a very interesting theory. Especially coming from people from the about mid-1500s. Oh, that's just some flower. It's nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year around here. Okay, now let's finally talk to Smokey. Good day, Mistress Truckerin. I've told you, Smokey, call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Yes, actually, but first I wanted to ask you about the old salt mines. Only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. Yeah. The mines. Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. Of course it's the twins again. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the Rathaus needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph was always my favorite though. I blame that on my youth. Tassia, like Tassing? Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. Not sure what that means exactly. Oh, count me curious. Well, I need something about the Romans to paint on the mural. Uh-oh, I don't need to hear those parts. Don't leave anything out, especially the bawdy parts. I have read plenty of Roman myths. I'm sure none of it will surprise me. Now let's say this. Maybe not, but I won't have your father hounding me for coarseness. Folk in this town don't like me anyhow. But I'll tell the decent bits of what I remember. Alright, what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taken. He had just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days, when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean prowled? You are just trying to scare me. Ghosts aren't real. Human spirits go to heaven or hell. They don't stay on earth. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that he gets that. What do you mean prowl? Prowl, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. Alright, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. What did he need to turn into a wolf? And in return, well... So they banged. Okay. I get it. Tassia baited the god. They baited? Oh, I see. I get it. They baited. Ah, Smokey. Haha. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he tripped onto the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. Mars got around, didn't he? Was there any nymph he didn't have his way with? He was the god of virility, wasn't he? You can see why I liked the tale in my youth. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course the Romans left a hell of a lot of behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, we are part of the Holy Roman Empire, because of how long it was a Roman colony. Well, we are a part of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, I didn't want to click that. We know what that is. That we are. and not for a lack of trying. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest, and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We used their stone to build. The old temple by Sachia's shrine was grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones onto the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building up on itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. I never realized how much we relied on the Romans for our infrastructure. Old stones aren't much of a legacy. It's all rubble now, coarse and forgotten. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones. Too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine. I would get a better sense of what things were actually like. Haha, nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, huh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. You're still not going to spook me, Smokey. Haha, worth a try though. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Okay, that was a very fruitful conversation. And also with Václav. Glad that I came here. Well, I guess we might as well go to the mines now, since we are quite close to it. I think it was this way. Oh, there's Artemis. And here's the Shrine of Sachia. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. Oh, I was wondering why the camera just suddenly zoomed in. Huh? It wasn't this way. We went here with... Oh wait, this leads to the aqueducts. Yeah, okay. Not the mines. Yeah, okay, got it. Well, since we are here, Artemis. Hey, Magdalene. I told Father Thomas what you are doing. I won't pull up with your shit anymore, Artemis. Oh wait, I thought the twins were both boys for some reason. Okay, so the twins are a boy and a girl. Okay. Hey Artemis. Apollo said you are catching frogs even. Oh yeah, what about it? He told me to come ask you why. He wouldn't say anything. He didn't tell you? Christ, finally. He's learning to keep his mouth shut. Oh, come on, just tell me. No way, this is our biggest trick yet. We are not risking it to tell you. Maybe they're not telling me because we snitched to Father Thomas about their misdeeds about the key. You just have to wait and see. Yeah, if we didn't tell Father Thomas about their misdeeds regarding the key, then they would have most likely told us. The waterfall is always so beautiful. Indeed it is. A pig out here? I was wondering too, is that a tamed pig or a wild boar? It must have broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Okay, I guess we don't do anything about that. Mugwort is always useful for colds and fevers. It might not be as powerful as when we gather it on St. John's Eve, but it should still work. Okay, well, good to know, I guess. Okay, now we are at the mines. There used to be a grave here, but it's gone now. Mine shaft. Don't fall down. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. I could probably climb down, even though it looks dangerous. If I rigged a rope to the top beams, I would be able to get down more easily. Baltas might have some tools. I'll bet he could help me rig a way to climb down there. Apollo and Artemis are always bragging about how they sneak around the ruins. Maybe I can ask them how they do it. Well, since we have the Tinker option here, might as well take it. If I rigged a rope on the top beams, I would be able to get down more easily. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. I should be able to find everything I need there. I'll have to come back later. Alright. Honestly, I kinda wish that we can ask if the twins wanna join us. Can we ask them? Oh hey Magdalene, what's up? Can you show me how you and Artemis get into the salt mine? The mine? Why? It's all gross and creepy. I need to get down there and see what the pagan and Romans left behind. I need references for my mural. Oh, the mural. I would ask Artemis about that. She's pretty protective of the mine. But can't you just show me? Artemis doesn't have to know. Haha, she'll find out. She finds everything out. Sorry, Magdalene. If she says yes, I'll show you later. I'll see you later then, Apollo. See you, Magdalene. Okay, well, might as well ask her. Go away, Magdalene. Oh, he doesn't like us. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, I guess we have to just go down there ourselves. Yeah, it was a mistake to tell Father Thomas about the misdeeds. God damn it. And I can't even reload to my last save or anything, because this game saves automatically all the time, so there's no way to go back. The only way to not tell Father Thomas about their misdeeds is by starting the game from the very beginning. Okay, well, let's get some rope from here somewhere. Here. This should be enough rope. With a sturdy knot, I can brace myself against the mine shaft on the way down. Okay, and we are even carrying it. Nice. Since we are here, we might as well go and check up on our dad here. See if he needs anything. He seems to be sleeping though. Hello, Magdalene. Okay, I guess he's just fine. Alright, well, let's go back to the mines. Alright, let's go down there. I have my rope to climb down, but this could take a while. Should I head in? Oh yeah, so it's gonna take a while. Climb down the shaft, remain at the top. Let's remain at the top for now, because what I think we should do next is to go and talk to people like Il Peter and was it Black Till or Till Black? Well, whatever. And we should go and talk to them first, because talking to them doesn't take any time. And then once we are done with those, we can go to the mine shaft. And also we have to write a letter to Brother Matthew, and that's gonna take time, I'm sure. But I think we can do that later. But how long have I been playing? I kinda lost it. I kinda lost the track of time. I think I can continue playing a little bit more. Let's go and have a chat with Il Peter at the Gertner's farm. And there he is. I'm honestly surprised that Il Peter is still alive. Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment? Eh? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing. Or can I talk to you for a moment? I think he didn't quite hear us. Well, I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing. Oh, the old tales, huh? It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. But there is still a few of the old tales knocking about in this skull. Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Do you know any Roman legends about Tassing? Well, let's ask about the myths before the Romans. Of course they are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before Saint Moritz ever set a blessed foot in this town. What sort of spirits? But Father Thomas says that the only good spirits in the is the Holy Ghost. Everything else is of the devil. I'm sure that ill Peter doesn't care to hear that. I thought spirits only cause trouble, spoiling milk, making livestock sick, things like that. Well, what sort of spirits? The sort that I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Sorry. It's Perchta and her wild hunt that scare them evil ones away. They have protected Tassing since its founding day. Wild hunt and Perchta, pagan goddess of the Alps associated with animals and spinning wool. She is still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. Okay, and wild hunt. In Germanic folklore, the wild hunt is a supernatural cavalcade, I don't know what that word is or how to pronounce it, of spirits and fiends, which may cause destruction or portend war and other catastrophe if not adequately appeased. The wild hunt is often led by a legendary figure such as Perchta or the devil. That's very interesting and intriguing stuff. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Rathaus. Now, folk weren't as kind as they were now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Rathaus's people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, Rathaus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosened it from its bounds. Was the wolf a spirit in disguise? Maybe it was Mars in disguise. Why would he do that? Wolves kill livestock. Carl told me 2 of his sheep were killed by wolves last month. Carl. I don't recognize him. Why does he have a wooden spoon on his hat? That's a weird choice of fashion, but hey. Sounds like Rathaus was a bad chieftain too. Even I know it's foolhardy to let a wolf loose when you are hunting. Why would he do that? Payfair doesn't keep after his flock well enough then. And as for you, let me go on with the telling of it and stop being a gossip if you want an answer. Damn you, old man. Sorry, Peter, please keep going. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and Perchta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, folk knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Perchta saw Rathaus's action and took favor on him, and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Rathaus led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we have been in this valley ever since. Then those goddamned Romans came and destroyed everything, but you see, there were other gods protecting this place before Saint Moritz. It's why a few of us still honor Perchta. Excuse me. It's why a few of us still honor Perchta. She protects us against witches and fiends. It's a wonderful story, perfect for the part of the mural. for the first part of the mural. But God protects us from spirits and devils now. We don't need purge. Our salvation is in Christ. That's all superstition. All this just sounds like a story told to children. Smokey told me about a similar story with a wolf and a nymph, except this was about the Roman gods. Let's mention that. Bah! The Romans tried to wipe out all of the old ways, made everything about themselves. You think those wine-addled fools could stand to let us have our own custom? They may have built this town, but they didn't write its stories. God sent Percha to protect these woods from those sun-brained bastards. Even if I'm the only one who can see her through the old customs. What about the Romans? Do you know any Roman legends of Tassing? Roman legends? Bah! I don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We have spent generation after generation building Tassing back up from those days. And still, our traditions keep dying, with no one to carry them on. I'm asking about them right now. That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural, Fine, but I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Alright. Well, Smokey knew, so good thing that we talked to him. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. Shame the old widow got killed, though. Ottilia knew more about the old ways than any of us. Well, crap. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Okay, so if Ottilia was still alive, she could have told us more about some myths about Tassing before the Romans came. That would have been interesting to hear. But hey, maybe in my second playthrough, which I won't be playing on this channel, I'll be playing that by myself. But yeah, in my second playthrough, I make sure to I'll make sure that not the same people die this time around. In this case, Widow Ottilia and Brother Guy. But anyway, I think that this is enough for today. I think I've been playing for about an hour-ish, I think. And in the next episode, let's try to find where was it again? Let's try and find Blacktail, because I don't know who Blacktail even is. Blacktail's grandfather read a lot about Tassing's history. Maybe he's made it a family tradition. So let's try to find Blacktail. And then... So we have talked to Peter and Smokey. So besides Blacktail, we should also write the letter to Brother Matthew and ask him about the history of Tassing and Kiersau. And then if we have enough time... Oh yeah, and then the mines. Then we should also try and get down to the mines as well. So... Until then, thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Pentiment.